Question number 25. 1 gallon of stain will cover 170 square feet of a surface. A yard has a total fence area of W square feet. Which equation represents the total amount of stain S in gallons needed to stain the fence in this yard twice? Please note that it is asking twice. So, if we calculate for one time, we have to double it later. So what is given is that for 170 square feet, 1 gallon is needed. And if the total fence area is W square feet, how many gallons are needed? So we can represent, let's say, by X. So 170X is equal to W after cross multiplying, and therefore X, or the amount of gallons needed, would be, if you divide both sides by 170, W divided by 170. But this is to do it once. And S represents, in this case, because we have to do it twice, 2x. So I have to just double this W by 170 gallons needed. So when we simplify this, 170, if it is reduced or divided by 2, both the numerator and denominator I am dividing by 2, I will be left with W by 85, and that is matching to answer choice D. So choice D is correct. It's given that W represents the total fence area in square feet. Since the fence will be stained twice, the amount of stain in gallons will need to cover 2 W square feet. And it's also given that 1 gallon of stain will cover 170 square feet. So dividing the total area in square feet of the surface to be stained by the number of square feet covered by 1 gallon of stain gives the number of gallons of stain that will be needed. And then dividing 2W by 170 yields 2W by 170, or W by 85. Therefore, the equation that represents the total amount of stain S in gallons needed to stain the fence of the yard twice is S is equal to W by 85. So this is how they have explained in the answer key. And that is another way of solving. But cross multiplication really helps when we set up the proportions and cross multiply.